Alright, so let's discuss about the DRS now. So I want my vCenter server to allocate the resources dynamically to according to their requirements. If the ESXi host, any of the host is running hot, it will just transfer those files to the other ESXi host. So I don't want to decide. I just want to give a requirement to the VM saying that my VM requirement is 2 GB of RAM and maybe 100 GB of hard disk and maybe what do we say, two virtual CPUs. Now for the DRS to be working, first thing is that we need to make sure that we do have a shared storage. So if you remember, we have configured the state storage IS key. So I have this is ready and ready to be connected on the Windows 2016 server because we have previously configured. The only difference is that on the target I have added the 4 ESX size IP address who will get access to that particular storage. So first thing I will go ahead and do that one. Then the next thing is that the resource pool. So I will create a resource pool over here. Again, the resource pool is for the compute. So definitely it will ask you how much is the resource pool, how much is the CPUs. This might be in the megahertz or the gigahertz. You can give your values whatever you want, and it's for the memory. Again, it will be asking you for the megahertz and the gigahertz. So it's up to you. And finally, when these two things are ready, then we can go ahead and deploy our virtual machine. So let's go ahead and see the resource pool first. That is the easiest one. So if I click on right click on the cluster and you will see new resource pool, and I will see that resource pool 1, or I can say resource pool 1. Oh, that's it. So it's asking me scale, descendant, share. So if you click on that one, so whenever there is a requirement, according to requirement, it will dynamically change that one. So yes, I will select that one. For currently, you see that if it's asking you for the maximum reservation values and the limit values. So currently, according to my requirement, I do not even need to worry about it. So I don't worry about it for now. But in the production, you should be configuring custom. So if you select low, normal, high, and custom, you will be selecting custom and you will be defining your own values. So click on OK, and my resource pool is over here currently configured. So this one is the old one. So let me delete that one. All right, so I do have the resource pools ready now. So I need to configure my ESXi host to access that centralized storage now. So to do that one, so I will click on this one. So I will go to configure storage adapter, click on add software adapter, click on add ISKey adapter and click on OK. That should enable the adapter and I should have a new adapter. So if I click on that one, I should see all the details at the bottom. Now if I go to the devices, I don't see any devices right now, but if I go to the, yep, nothing, dynamic, and you see that in the dynamic, I already have this one. So let me remove that one and re-add that one. That should be 192.168.1.100. I don't want to do any authentication. No authentication, nothing. That's all good now. Network port binding, it should be always on the management because that is on that one we use it. So if I click on view details, port group, its promiscuous mode is rejected, switch should be fine, VM kernel is fine. So on this particular adapter, we are able to reach to 192.168.1.100. Now if I come back here and if I see devices, nothing, let me go ahead and add the storage. That should be new data store. Click on next and still not detecting. Or otherwise, let me do one more thing. That should be going to the networking, VM network, go to the action. Okay, I don't have any permission to change that networking. Let me see if I have virtual switches over here. Yes, I do have. Let me see if I'm able to edit. Yeah, edit settings. If I go to security, promiscuous mode should be accept. So let me see if that makes any difference or not. Software adapter, this one going to devices. Alright, so looks like it is not detecting that one. See that I have selected the dynamic and statically it has detected the target. You see that? It has detected the target now. Let me see if that changes anything now. New data, so click on next. It's not detecting. So let me go ahead and take the access of the ESXi host itself. Okay, so let me go to the storage data store, click on new data store, click on next. It's not detecting again here also. Yeah, I think it should be click on rescan data store, click on new data store next. And now it has detected. So it took a while, but that's all good. So I will say ESXi shade. Otherwise, I will give one more, only one name, that is shade one, so that everyone has the same name. So click on next, next, and finish. So we don't worry about that one. Now I will try to add the same thing on the via the ES vCenter server now for the second host. So I will click on the second host, go to the configure storage, click on software adapter. Okay, it's already have the software adapter enabled over here. That's fine. So let's go to the dynamic discovery, click on add. Then now I will click on 192.168.1.100. I don't want to authenticate. Click on OK. And I will select this one, select rescan storage. OK. Rescan adapter. Now if I go to the device, don't see. Let me go back to the previous adapter, select this one, go to the devices. Alright, so it is detecting over here. And if I select over here also the same thing, so it is taking a while, but it is detecting. So right click on that one, go to the storage, new data store, click on next. Okay, so I will click on this one. It's already been attached, so that's good. I don't need to go ahead and check this one. So if I go to the data store now, I do have the shared one. Okay, that should be good. All right, so it does say that the adapter is, what do we say, the device is being attached. Shared one, attach, and everything is good. So let's go and do the same thing for the ESXi3 adapter. Click on add adapter. So when I'm saying that add adapter, that means it is enabling the software adapter. So once that has been enabled, I will go to dynamic discovery, click on add, and I will add the IP address 192.168.1.100. I will remove the authentication, click on OK, and after that select that adapter and click on rescan storage, click on OK. Let's go to the static one. It's automatically took that one. It has detected that one. If I go to the devices, it should show up the device over here. So that is been also been attached. Let's go to the last one. That should be ESXi4. I think that is all. I've already done it. So if I go to the devices, I don't see dynamic. I have seen that one. I will say rescan storage and let me see if that fixed the problem. Static, it's all good. Network port binding, it's all good. And devices, it has now detected. So my condition is that my shared storage is ready now, right? And my resource pool is ready. So let's go ahead and deploy one template now. So I will go back to the template, which is right click and new template. And I will say that this is a micro tick router with DSR. So I will select the DC one, that is where my cluster is located. Click on next, and I will select the cluster. My compatibility is succeeded. Click on next, and this is where it will ask you for the storage. I do have the shared one. So if you remember, this data store I have added manually on the ESXi4. All right, so I will select that one and click on next. And I don't want to do anything. I just want to power on the machine and click on finish. So I'm not sure where it has deployed that one. I have no idea where it has deployed the virtual machine. So if I go back here, and this is the one which is been deployed, and it is also powered on. And let me see, it is also running. That's fantastic. But the issue is that I want to know where it has been deployed. You see that it has taken a decision to deploy on a ESXi 2, not 1. So it dynamically decided where to deploy that one, where you have the resources and everything, and that's where it has deployed. And now you see that it is also running. If I say admin, right, but the looks like I have changed that. All right, but the virtual machine is being deployed and running. That's what I want to know. That's it. So it is running. That was the DSR configuration. So we just have to make sure that it everything has the shared storage. Now with the shared storage, if you remember that I have deployed one storage in the ESXi4, and now on every time the shared storage which I deployed on the ESXi4, I can select it for everyone, because everyone have access to that ISKey storage, but to show up in the storage data store storage, I have specifically set to ESXi4 that you are going to host that storage, because that is located on the DC2 and it will be easy for us to manage. But logically, everyone is connected to that storage. So all the ESXi 1, 2, 3, and 4 are connected to that one. It's only the 4 which says that, okay, I can see that is the shared storage. So if I go to ESXi3 and say that go and deploy your resources on the shared data store, doesn't matter, because everyone have access to that one, and everyone should be able to uh, communicate and dynamically allocate the resources across the ESXi host. So that was the DSR. I hope this was informative for you, and thank you. All right, so we configured the DRS. Now according to DRS, you see that it shows 100% for the DRS. So everything is up and running. Cluster is healthy. Resource pool is 1. Virtual machines are 6 and everything. So it's good that everything is it's not recommending anything, because it's just a small lab that should be good and fine.